Not that little. Go down a little bit more. Okay. I think this will work for that. Ooh. Okay, that will work. And then my flip line, make it up as high as I can. And then this line, make as tight as we can. Okay. We don't want that like that. Overall, where is it? We wanted something like that. That'll work. We just want to, we don't want our ropes caught. We also don't want this caught. So we want to run that. Okay. I hate getting sap on me. Okay. Not the tightest, but that worked. Oh. I know what I can do. I can always make this tighter, going like this. Yeah. A little bit better. There's the neighbors yelling for their dog. Okay. Another cut. This time, try to line that better. So, we're trying to go this way. Okay, let's make some notches first time. Close. Well, sort of. Okay. Yeah, just not the best at lining up the cuts yet. Guess we can practice. Dog's barking. They're probably barking at the bear. I think what happens is once the younger bears get old enough to go off by their own, they do crazy things that most of the time the other bears don't do. Like they go around during the day trying to get food, which the older bears don't usually do that, although sometimes during the summer you see all kinds of things, especially if it gets really hot. Bears come down to lower elevations. Sometimes they'll get in the lake. Get in the lake. Okay. Well, I don't want to forget to tie these on. Otherwise, I just drop it on my house. Okay. It's a little looser than that's just the last wrap. Looser than I normally like. Yeah. In here is fine. Okay. Good. We're not so big that it's gonna mess things up. We're close. Okay. Bingo. Okay. My gray pole thing is still a little closer than I'd like, but it works. Okay, how many more of these do we have? My gas on my chainsaw is about half full. I topped it off before we started. But it's a little chainsaw. But we should be able to get through a couple more cuts. And then I'll be done for today. So today, looks like we saw a bald eagle. And from what I can tell, it's a bald eagle. I know that they have their nests up here. And the bear. Usually we don't catch them on video either. Just again. Okay. I'm gonna go down. But yeah, I have like a rope wrap type of thing. It's like a 5 or 6 foot wrap for the logs, the bigger logs, where it has what they call a 5-inch eye. And then I have another thing that's called a hands up thing. And you wrap it, has eyes on each end of the rope. You wrap it around the rope, you go through this thing, and then you hook it, and it holds it in tight. And you don't have to do any knots. And then you just hook in a carabiner or whatever to the other end, and then you can send it down. Then you just unhook the rope and bring it back up. I mean, it's not intended for people working by themselves. Nothing really is, it seems like, for tree stuff. But start using that for the big ones. I'm always afraid of one of these little ropes snapping. I mean, they're strong, but there's a certain amount of tension every time. Okay, I'm not gonna do it yet. I'm gonna go down to where I want to be.